Hi everyone. I've been working on the financial analysis and automation with LLMs project this week. So this week we are using LangChain, Pinecone, OpenAI's client, the Grok Cloud API for using different kind of LLMs, as well as RAG in order to generate financial analysis as well as information about what stocks to buy and whether it's a good time to buy or sell certain stocks, as well as provide any specific information graphically, as well as the LLM explanations on why it's a good time to either invest or divest from a particular stock. So initially, um, we are getting our stock information from the Yahoo Finance API. So the Yahoo Finance API returns a lot of information, the address, um, address, company officers, full-time employees, and so and so. So we create a dictionary in order to ensure that we don't overload our LLMs servers and specifically generate only the necessary information for our use case. And then we use the Hugging Faces MPNet base V2 word embedding model. So this is a 768 dimension model, which converts text into tokens and then converts these tokens into the relevant vectors or relevant embeddings, and finally compute some cosine similarity uh, when and wherever required. So once we have done that, we also fetch the company ticker information from the SEC company tickers. So SEC is the governing agency that ensures as well as governs all the all the stocks like from Nasdaq, S&P, um, as well as like basically it is uh, the stock governing agency for the bull market. And once we so we get the company ticker information from this area, and then specifically retrieve all the company tickers. And once we have done that, our goal is to create the vector store of all the embeddings of the business summaries as well as the tickers of the companies that we have fetched from the SEC. So initially we start with some sequential processing to do this particular one, but we immediately notice that the time it'll take to process nearly 10,000 company tickers is quite large. So then we parallelize this particular approach where we can do multiple processes using multi-threading to ensure faster processing uh, reduce the overall workload on the servers. So once we have completed that, our next approach is to do RAG on this particular database. So for that, we create a pinecone index and basically perform RAG by augmenting the query that the user may have uh, with our with our specific uh, embeddings from the pinecone vector store. And basically, once we have done that, we can basically check with the client, with the OpenAI client. So we use the Grok API cloud because it provides like a bunch of models for free, which is quite nice for developers as well as it is open source. And yeah, once I've done that, we've also created a Streamlit application which can basically display all the information that we require, and we also integrate it with the news API.org uh, API, which basically provides us with relevant news, which we can basically append to our LLM's explanation. And I've also added some candlestick plots as well as line chart in order to show the comparison of different stocks for that specific query. And yeah, so this is how the base design of the website looks like. We've got some accordion style stocks uh, as well as some candlesticks. We'll dive into that a bit later. So let me just update this. So let's ask the question, what are some companies that manufacture GPUs, right? And let's increase the number of results to 7. And once we click search, it will generate the top 7 results that match our query, as well as explanations for it. So just for an overview of comparison, we can simply look at the line charts. That will give us the base information on how the how the stocks have been doing since the last year, basically. Uh, and then for more specific information, we can just click on the accordion and then read on its summary, as well as the recommendations, whether to buy or not, as well as so this is the candlestick that I was talking about. So for example, if you look at Nvidia is doing quite well right now, right? So that provides us with the recommendation that it's a strong buy, as well as so the legend basically here means that the blue and green candles is like the stock is bullish right now, so the closing price is more than the opening price. And if it is orange or red, then it is bearish. That is, the stock is not doing as good when it started, when it ended on that day compared to its opening price. So you can see like the Nvidia stocks, the last few days, at least the last couple of days, have been quite bearish. Uh, that's because of the latest news that we are getting, like is AMD stock getting better than Nvidia's after 36% decline, why Nvidia stock is declining today, and so on. And but overall, we can see like the year-over-year growth of Nvidia has been quite high, so that's why it's still a strong buy. And then we can also check um, any other company. For example, the which one is this? Microsectors Bank, for example, is a good one, which right now doesn't have any recommendation, probably because it's not so well known. But then, other than that, we can see any other information here on which stocks to buy. So the Caterpillar stock is suggested for it to be like keep that stock, not to buy or sell. And we can see like the candlestick plot of how it's been doing almost every day, and as well as the latest news. So this has been like my contribution for this project so far. Thank you.